guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Anita. If you're new here, do well to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always sticking around. So I've been getting a lot of questions about how I relocated to the UK as a healthcare assistant, and guys, believe me, I've been trying to answer all. But before I start today's video, I would like to be addressing a particular question concerning nurses who want to relocate to the UK, maybe as a nurse or as a healthcare assistant. Guys, I already said this, I am not a nurse. I don't even have a health background. I didn't study nursing. So if you've been following this channel, you would understand that there were two persons that helped me get to the UK, and I'm just going to pin their links to the comment section. You guys can ask them questions if it has to do with nursing, because I don't think I would really have much to say. I believe that these people are in better position to answer all your questions. Without wasting further time, I would want you to understand that today's video is a very interesting one. I mean, it's a lot of people have been asking me these questions, and I picked this one out to answer it, and I'm going to give you a detailed rundown of the costs of relocating to the UK as a healthcare assistant. So if you're making plans of relocating as a healthcare assistant, don't skip a part of this video, because you should understand what your pocket is going to look like before making plans of relocating. As much as I've gotten two of these documents before making my plans, I would like to talk about it in case you're just starting afresh. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the passport. Yes, of course, if you're making plans of traveling, you should have a passport. So for Nigerians now, I got my passport through the expressway. I don't know if it makes sense, but I got it same day I applied for it, same day I did my biometrics, same day I submitted my other documents. Yes. So it's quite more expensive than waiting for the other 3 months that you would have to do your biometrics and wait till your passport is ready. So I spent, I think, 75,000, and I got it in Abakaliki, yes, Ebonyi State, because as at that time I wanted a passport. A lot of states that were really close to me were out of booklets, so I had to travel to Ebonyi State because when I communicated with someone there, they said they had booklets. So I should say that that's one of the problems that my country was facing then. Some states didn't have booklets. The second document I had then was my COVID vaccine card. This is a card explaining that you have had your full dosage of, or your complete dosage of the vaccine. So it was good news that during the wave of the pandemic, COVID, that's what I'm talking about now, that we were asked to get vaccinated. So for some reasons, I registered in a health center. Not really for some reasons. My mom wanted me to get vaccinated, so she had hers and asked me to get registered as well, so that I can be fully vaccinated. So the only thing I didn't have was the booster. I planned having the boosters one other time, but one thing happened, and I couldn't get vaccinated again. So this vaccine is free. It was done free. Getting my card, it was free. I don't know if there are places that they collect money to get vaccinated, but I got mine free. I didn't pay for anything, not even for the card. It was totally free. The third document I'll be talking about is the International English Testing Systems Examination. That's the IELTS. So usually writing an IELTS in Nigeria would cost you 89,500. Now guys, you need to be very careful when you're booking for your IELTS exam, so that you don't book and pay for the wrong one. So why I'm emphasizing on this is I actually booked the wrong one. So if you're coming to the UK as a healthcare assistant, the IELTS that you're supposed to write is General IELTS for UKVI. That's what you're supposed to write. So if there are so many IELTS examinations, I think IELTS for IELTS Academics, IELTS General, IELTS Academic for UKVI, IELTS General for UKVI. I don't know the difference, but the time I communicated with someone, she was like that if you're writing IELTS for UKVI, you're certain that you're going to the UK because it's for the UK government. I don't know if it makes sense, but I think I agree with her because I've read something like that on Google. So it's not like when you're going to Canada, you now go and book IELTS for UKVI because the UKVI there, it's UK visas and immigrations, if I'm correct. So don't book a wrong IELTS. Be sure, ask your employer which IELTS is required of you to write. Because the first IELTS I booked was under IDP. I booked it at 83,000 naira and noticed it was the wrong IELTS because I booked just the general IELTS, not for UKVI. So when I contacted them, the policies for refund and all that, they suggested I pay up sum of 6,500 or so to measure up for the IELTS general for UKVI so I can write that one. So the time scheduled for that one was really far. It was a month plus, and I started thinking about it. How am I supposed to tell my employers that what was it called? That I'm going to have to wait for an extra month when they've already told me those time I should resume, something like that. So I had to book another IELTS. So I booked under British Council. So I mentioned IDP earlier and I mentioned British Council. So you could book in any of the two. I had Cambridge. I don't know about Cambridge. So it's IDP and British Council that I know. So just be certain or be sure of the IELTS that is required of you to write before going ahead to book. Now also, I'm trying to address the questions people have been asking me. Where do you write your IELTS? I don't know if there is a specific venue for writing IELTS. So when you book online, you're going to see where they have their centers. Guys, I'm talking about Nigeria. I'm sorry if you're watching from a different country. I'm talking about Nigeria. So you would see, I think, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Lagos, Abuja. So when you click on a particular center, they are going to tell you the venue where you're to write your tests. So that's it. Then also some of them do the different tests on different days. So you might have to do your speaking a different day and your other skills, writing, reading, and listening a different day. So they would communicate with you via email. So don't get confused here. They are going to communicate the time, and some, it's not even some, they will still remind you, because even IDP reminded me when I was supposed to write my IELTS. They even called me that morning as I didn't show up. But please do don't wait till they remind you. Always remember your dates, your exam dates, so you don't miss your exam. Don't I'm so sorry that I'm talking a lot, but I'm also trying to address some questions that people have asked me. So I know I'm supposed to be talking about the costs, but I also want to address the questions that have been asked about this document. So another document that I'll be talking about is the DBS. Yeah, this one is very funny. Nigeria, my country. So this DBS is your police report. If you're in Lagos, you would get it in Alabon Close, Ikoyi. I don't know if I got it correctly, but that was where I got mine because I got mine in Lagos. The price is funny. I don't even know. Sometimes they say it's supposed to be free, but don't go there without money, and also don't let them cheat you. So the day I got mine, I actually paid 16,000 naira. Not like that was what they charged me. They charged me 15,500. So when the guy was trying to say he doesn't have change, he doesn't have this, so I left the 500 naira for him. Coming back home, I met a neighbor. She first said, okay, how much? I told her I was coming back from getting my police report. So she was like, how much did they charge me? I told her 15,500. She was like, something that they used 5,500 to do. He was paying me. I started talking to my sister. I was like, what kind of thing is this? Money that I don't even have. Is that I would have just priced. But then I told my sister that I was with a particular guy. So when they told him 15,500, he said it's a lie. So me, I was like, I beg this guy. And I also met someone else. I asked her, how much did they charge? She said 15,500. I didn't want to waste time because I didn't have time to waste at that moment. So I just needed to get done with that and move on to the next one. So the guy, if you know what kwechiri means, the guy said he was not going to pay the 15,500. He was just pacing up and down. So me, I just did mine and left. So I came online later at night on YouTube. I was going under a comment section and I read a comment where someone said he or she got the DBS. Was it 2 days ago? She actually stated the day she got it, and that's just like the week I got mine. And was not like that she paid 3,500. I was so angry. In fact, I wanted to go back there and tell that guy, I beg, give me my money. What kind of thing is this? Guys, enough of the long story. If you get there and they tell you a particular price, try and price it. I even heard, after I left, I started hearing that it was up to 30 something thousand. My colleague was telling me. I don't know how true that is, but if they tell you a particular price, try and just deliberate, like talk about it. Try and beat down the price, except if you have the money that you can give them, because I did at 15.5. It's paining me. So if I had a chance, I would have beat down the price if it was possible. So from what I'm seeing online, I think it's actually possible for you to beat down the price. So why can't you beat down the price? If you don't know what to do with the money, you can get on the road and give it to someone else. I mean, something that they said it's free online or something, then you're being charged that amount. Is ridiculous. To cut the whole story of DBS thing and paying 16,000 naira, to cut it short, the guy now gave me his card. The guy gave me his card that maybe if I have friends that want to do it, that he can just do it so fast for them that they should just come. On top 16,000, I'll bring my friends for you to come and cheat them again. Anyways, that's by the way. I can't even remember what I did with that card. So the next documents I'm going to be talking about is your training certificates. Yes, relevant training certificates. Some call it care certificates. Seriously, I think I've talked about this in my other video. I don't really have much thing to say here. I've already made it clear. It's not about paying for these certificates. Mine was totally free. I think you should count that into free things, just like the COVID vaccine certificates. It's totally free. And like I said, I did that. I didn't even do that trying to get the job. I did that after I've gotten the job because I needed to get at least enough knowledge. That's what I call it. So it's free. I've talked about Florence Academy. You can just source for other free sites that you can acquire. Don't go paying a lot for this. I'm not wishing anyone bad luck, but after paying all these things, you see how many pounds, because some even, yes, that time I wanted to do mine. I came across one that says I have to pay how many pounds. I can't remember until I even talked to my sister that she now helped me and told me what to do and all that. Because why would you pay such amounts to get a certificate that there are free sites that you can get it free, like very free? I keep repeating myself. These certificates, whether you purchase it at how many pounds or how many naira, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get a job. It's not a guarantee that you're better than the other person that's got or acquired these certificates in free sites. So get your training. And also I want to chip this one in. When you come here, the first thing, although I'm going to do this in my other videos, so When you come here, the very first thing that you're going to be doing is your training, your induction slash training. So that's basically what you do in the first week. So all those certificates but you've been acquiring, yes, I know I said it because it's already getting very competitive. So you need to have an edge over the other person that is applying, so that yes, I have the certificates, and when they go through your CV, they will see it's a nice one. Just do the certificates. But the truth is, the first thing you do here, like I said, is training. During your training, all those manual handling, moving, medication, was infection control, all of those training, you're going to still do it. I don't know, maybe it varies from the organization that's employed you, but most of the training that I did online by myself, I was trained again for it. I think I don't really want to waste much time in this certificate thing, then the training as well. In my next video, I'll try to talk about this training, what is expected of you to do as a healthcare assistant. Yes, basically from my own experience. I don't know. So everything I've said or I've been saying in this video rather, it's based on my own experience. Some other persons might have their own experiences, but I don't know. This is my own experience. Another document I'll be talking about is your proof of fund. A lot of people have been asking this question. Why COS, that certificate of sponsorship, when you're still giving your proof of fund? I think it's actually a very wrong question to ask. It should be why proof of fund, since you already have course. I think this one is much easier to tackle because your certificate of sponsorship is what you're going to use for visa application. If you have every other document ready and you start your visa application without your certificate of sponsorship and you're trying to go through the skilled worker route, route or route, whichever one. So if you're going through the skilled worker visa, what is an evidence that you've gotten a job here? Which organization employed you? Who is your employer? So that is the question. So even if I'm going to make this much easier. So normally your certificate of sponsorship comes from your employer, just like CAS for students when they are going for their masters or for anything. Yes, they get is it word for admission? Please, I don't know. So here is certificate of sponsorship. Now, if your employer is not giving you full sponsorship, you just got employed, the person is not giving you full spot, you need your proof. It's nothing hidden. It's not hidden. It's in your UK gov.uk, or it's on their website. When you're even applying for your visa, it's there. It's among the questions that they will ask you. There is usually a tick, a box on your certificate of sponsorship. If it's not ticked, you need your proof of fund. That box, if it's ticked, it means that your employer is taking full responsibility of you. That when you come into the UK, the person is taking full responsibility, probably financially or otherwise. So guys, your proof of fund, what you're supposed to have in your account is about £1,270. Yes, that's what you're supposed to have in your account. English is hard, sha. When I saw this thing, they were like that. Let me read out that the money must be available at least 28 days in a row. The 28 must be within 31 days of applying for this visa. This thing is, you need to understand it, because I was thinking, I can do anything, I can just print it out, since I didn't understand the English, until when I went to the bank. I met someone who was having issues with his visa application. So he came to reprint his proof of fund. So he was like, if they ask you, you need to heed to the instructions I was giving to you. You need to make sure that the time you printed your proof of fund is within the time they asked you to do that's the problem he's having. So guys, if you don't understand, when you get to your bank as well, because that was what I did, also ask the person that is attending to you, because I believe they've been doing these things for people, so you would know where exactly to print from. Once you tell them this is when you applied for your visa, you can know when to print from. It's a document that shows that you can support yourself in the UK. So you don't come here and become a body to anybody. So that's not scam, it's not fraudulent. If your employer did not tick that box, the person just gave you, just employed you, you will need your proof of fund. If you don't, if your COS is not ticked, that particular box of where the employer is taking full responsibility of you, if it's not ticked and you did not submit your proof of fund, VAC, Visa Application Center, would ask you for that, and it's going to delay your visa. So let me talk about the cost of visa application. It strongly depends on how many years contracts you got, your contractual years. So normally, if you're applying for your visa, you would see up to 3 years, more than 3 years. So up to 3 years, you're supposed to be paying £232. As pounds is fluctuating, and I've been naira, with naira equivalent is doing somehow. Today is 800, tomorrow is, you can calculate what that is in naira with the current pound naira rates as to pounds or something, I don't know. So you're paying, if your contractual years is not more than 3 years, you're going to be paying £232. It has not changed as we are speaking now. It has not changed. So if your contractual years is more than 3 years, mine is 5 years, so I paid £464 when you're applying for your visa. So this is the visa application costs. So if you get a 2 years contract, you would pay the one of 3 years. If you get more than 3 years, you pay the one of more than 3 years, if that makes sense. So let's talk about the visa application center. I did in Lagos, I used VI. So usually, if you're using VI center, there is a fee you pay for using it. They said they pay for using that center. I didn't go to Ikeja. I needed to leave, guys. I was tired. I needed to leave quick. And Abuja is always not so congested. I don't know, but that's what somebody told me, that it's not usually. I have a friend actually that was applying the time I applied, and I think it's true, because he got a biometric date before me. Yes, so I did in Lagos, and because I wasn't ready for the congestion in Ikeja, I went for VI. So I paid for the using the VI center. I can't remember how much I paid, but once you click on the center, they would let you know that there is something that you have to pay. There is an amount you have to pay. Yeah, I was even having issues trying to pay straight from my bank. I don't know if it's from my ATM card rather, or I don't know if it's because of the kind of account I opened. I really don't know, but I was having difficulties trying to pay. So people were like, if you have a dollar account, that it's much easier, but I didn't have one, so my sister made the payment for me. Then there is something they call assisted user. So usually when you're applying for your visa, there are documents you need to update. The documents I've been mentioning, you need to update them, for them to see now. So those documents, if you want to upload it yourself, you won't pay for the service. If you are allowing somebody, and if you're paying to be assisted so that they can upload these documents for you, you are going to pay a service fee. They call it assisted service fee. So this assisted service fee is also in their website. So if you want them to help you, you're going to pay the fee. So you are just going to come for your biometrics. You come along with those documents and they're going to help you update them. I think it's actually easier. Guys, if you're not used to all these finding the correct scale of documents that are needed, they'll tell you you need to upload it in a which scale. I can't remember. Don't make mistakes, because these are the things that might delay your visa as well. So just pay the assisted service fee and go, and then you pick a date, yes, for your biometrics, an available date, because usually you see dates that are available. And also inside the fee, in fact, when you apply for your visa, when you are doing your visa application, you're going to see all these things. There are also packages that come with it. Me, I did not do any package. There is one, I think they call it VIP. I've been awaiting. I even saw them that day. I think you have to enter a particular lounge and you get attended to in that lounge. Is more expensive. So if I had such money, so I didn't have money for all that, so I didn't care to look. I think there's something they also call peak time or be prime time. I don't know. Those ones you have to also pay to use that time. So I had to cut my coat according to my cloth. Is that how they say it? I did the one that I could do for myself. So when you're applying for, I've already mentioned the visa fee. When you're applying, you're going to see all these things. Don't really get confused with the things I'm saying here. It's very clear. Yes, it's really very clear. So talking about how long the visa takes, usually it takes 3 to 6 weeks, but mine was out on the 20th day. It's almost 3 weeks. Then somebody that I met as well, hers came out within 9 days. Some persons also said hers came out in 7 days. You might be lucky, yours will come out 9 days, 7 days, 10 days, or even sometimes some people are unlucky. Even after the 3 days, they're emailing visa application center to know what's up with their visa. Then after your biometrics, there is something that they call tracking your visa. You get an email where you can track your visa. So once you click on that link that is on the email they sent, it will take you straight to where you're going to track your visa. So first things, you will see biometric enrollment done. It will get, you have a tick, I think a green tick also. The second one is application transferred to DMC. DMC is the decision making council. So they are trying to decide on whether to give you visa or whether your village people is at work. So that's your application transferred to DMC. Then application received by DMC. So the DMC, the Decision Making Council, have received your application and they will be deliberating. This process usually takes a while. This is always, I get questions. I've been getting questions on my visa is not out yet. It's I don't know what's delaying it. If you track your visa, I'm sure it's on that application received by DMC. So that's when they are deliberating. Should we give this person or shouldn't we give this person? Is everything complete? Do we see reasons? I don't know what they decided. I've never worked there, but I think this is what they deliberate on. So after that, it usually takes a longer process. After that, then application received by Visa Application Center. This is the most interesting one. If your own just gets to application received by, application transferred to the Visa Application Center. Does this make sense? So after the DMC have deliberated on it, they would transfer it to the Visa Application Center. So this is like the very interesting one. Your waiting time is over. It's not so long again. I think it even takes just 2 or 1 day interval to move from being transferred to being received by them. So when they receive your application, that's the Visa Application Center where you applied your visa, when they receive it, I think you're basically ready to pick up your documents. So guys, I did not do the courier service thing. I didn't want them. That was around 7,000, if I'm certain, 7,000 something or so 6,000 something when I'm in Lagos and my house is not far from where the visa application center was. I will now come and pay 6,000 and 7,000. People should help me, and decide on this one. I say I beg, I'll go and pick my this thing when it's ready. So when it was ready, I got email from them that my documents is ready for what's it called, to be picked up. So the last stage of this whole process is passports picked by applicants. Now, what I'm not sure of is those people that did the courier service thing, if they will be getting the last process, passports picked by applicants. But I think it's a general, because since they're delivering the passports, I don't know if there is a part where they would indicate passports picked by applicants. But I don't know. That's, by the way, that's the last stage. So I don't think it should interest you much. Once your visa has been sent to the visa application center, you should either pick it or they send it to you. That's that. So you can sum up this whole thing I've mentioned, and at least from the things I've said here, start making preparations of what your pocket is going to look like while you're trying to secure a job in the UK as a health care assistant. So this is more like the core things that you need to provide. Of course, you'll be needing other things like food stuff. It's very essential. In fact, I've made a video, just that I've not uploaded it yet, of what I came to the UK with, foodstuffs, and how I packed them as well. So you'll be needing foodstuff, you'll be needing clothes. If you're coming during the winter, you need at least one winter jacket to start with. When you come here, you can get other ones. So you'll be getting all these things, but it should vary according to persons, because what interests you might not even be what interests me. You might not be a fashion person, so you'll not be needing much clothes to come with. Don't even stress yourself. Clothes are not really that expensive here. And yes, there are second-handed clothes here. Okirika is here as well. You can buy your okay and be managing your life. This cloth I'm wearing is Okirika. It's from a charity store. Yes. So, and I got it for £3. It's really very beautiful. You will not even know. If I tell you now that I got this sweatshirt, this is a sweatshirt, right? That I got it at £16. You will still believe me. So it's actually £3 from a charity store. So I didn't come with much clothes because I came with a lot of food stuff. And I also came with food stuff for my sister, so you can imagine. So I didn't get much clothes, so I'm just picking clothes. I always feel cold, so for now I'm looking out at clothes like this that can serve me, maybe give me some warmth. So even if winter comes, I can still wear these things and still manage. And so I'm always buying more of clothes that would keep me warm. Then shoes too. Even the Okerika shops sell, they sell shoes and all that. So some online stores here might be doing sales as well, so you can still buy these things. So it depends on what you really want to buy, what interests you. Some might get a box of wigs for our girls. So whatever that interests you, just know that the first things I've mentioned are really the necessary things and what you should keep your money for. So if you now decide to buy one Ghana must go of wig, one Ghana must go of clothes, now you and immigration go still, because by the time they would start the whole weighing and all that, you will still be paying for much kg and all that. So I think you should come more with your food stuff, because if you're from Africa, precisely, African foods are expensive here. African stores are also, like, getting things from African stores are also expensive here. Time, let me even just leave this thing for another day. Let me just leave this story. This is just cost. So just prepare your pockets as you're preparing your CV, and don't give up. No matter the number of, unfortunately, don't give up. A lot of people are here, guys. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of a lot of Africans are here working. Each day when I get on a bus, I'm not lying to you guys, I see so many I met two the other time, and I was just having a conversation with them. So many Nigerians are here on this particular visa, the skilled worker healthcare thing. So prepare your CV, keep applying, keep bombarding these companies, the organizations that are currently recruiting. Keep bombarding them with your CV. Always upgrade your CV. Guys, we've come to the end of this video. I think I've really said a lot in this video. We've come to the end. If you've not subscribed to this video and you're watching it, I mean, it's unfair. Subscribe to my channel. It won't cost you anything. Also, guys, I'm almost hitting 2K and I am really, really excited. I am really grateful and I'm thankful for you guys that are here supporting this my small business. Is it really a business? Yeah, it is. So I am really grateful. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Share to your friends who are still also making Jabba plans. I mean, share to them and put down your comments down the comment section. Until then, see you guys in my next video. Bye.